that matters. This is KARK 4 News at 6.
Breaking news coming into the KARK4 newsroom this evening. A mistrial declared for the second time in the case of the state versus a former Little Rock police officer charged with manslaughter.
Former police officer Josh Hastings is accused of recklessly causing the death of a 15-year-old burglary suspect, Bobby Joe Moore III. KARK4's Josh Berry is live in Little Rock with the latest on what has happened today. Josh?
Well, Bob, Ashley, for the second time, there has been a mistrial declared in the case of the state versus Josh Hastings. The jury had more than 10 hours to deliberate and ended up being deadlocked. And for the second time today, after the jury already told the judge they were deadlocked at about 3 o'clock, they came back in at 4:45 telling the judge they were still deadlocked. And at that point, after the judge asked each and every one of the jurors if they agreed that there was a deadlock, they all confirmed. He declared this a mistrial. Shortly after the jury was released, though, talks already started beginning of the next trial in this long, winding story that's been very painful for both families involved in this case. Now, I got a chance to speak with both attorneys as they were exiting the courtroom today. I spoke with defense attorney Bill James, and he's still relying on the fact that one of the primary witnesses in the prosecution's case, one of the juveniles that was in the car with Bobby Moore the night that Hastings shot and killed him, lied, admitted to lying, Hastings says, and that was likely a big hang-up for this jury. Now, what, if anything, could be changed the third time around to possibly get a different outcome? The prosecution says that this has been a big impact of this has been the defense twisting and manipulating some of the evidence to affect this jury in ways that they wanted to. There were 3 options for the jury going into this deliberation room: guilty of manslaughter, guilty of a lesser charge of negligent homicide, or not guilty at all, and acquitting Hastings. And while a hung jury is not as good as an acquittal, Bill James says it is better than conviction. Now, I did also get a chance to speak with a close family member, an extended relative of Bobby Moore, and he said that some of the family members haven't been able to sleep at all through all of this. And you can imagine some of the pain that both sides of this family is having to go through, as we will soon find the dates. And we're told that May 23rd will be some of the first dates that we hear in this next trial. We're going to continue to stay on top of this all. We're going to hear more from both sides of this case and some close family members involved tonight in the news. Until then, we're live in Little Rock. Josh Berry, KARK 4 News.
So it looks like there's going to be a third trial in here, Josh. Have we heard anything more about the contempt of court charge?
The judge at the end of this did absolve those contempt charges, so Hastings definitely walked out a happier man than he would have been if those contempt charges continued. So both sides, or at least Hastings and Bill James, can come out just a tad bit relieved, because at least this wasn't a conviction, and Bill James, for the matter, his contempt charges have been absolved.
Okay, looks like both sides now retool and get ready for round 3 in this ongoing saga. All right, Josh, thanks very much.
Money matters as thousands of our Arkansas teachers face a pinch in their pocketbook. It is doable, but we don't have a lot of time. That is coming from the House Education Chair at the state capitol as lawmakers look to solve this ongoing teacher health insurance crisis. And KARK4's David Goins updates us now on where the negotiations stand today. David?
Well, Ashley, finding a way to fix the short-term $58 million gap. It's a lot of money. It may sound easy, just throw some more money at it, but that's clearly not what lawmakers or the governor want to do. It's that long-term fix and a very short timeline to get it done, presenting the biggest hurdle tonight. At this point for Arkansas teachers, the focus is on what they do best: teach in the classroom. The work to head off nearly 50% increases in health insurance premiums are in the hands of lawmakers now.
If we can get the body to agree on a strategy, we can work out the tactics, we can work out the details. I think that's going to be okay.
James McClain heads up the House Education Committee. He and a few others charged with coming up a fix to where everyone, teachers, school districts, and taxpayers, chip in to shore up the floundering public school employee insurance plan.
I feel like this is a threat to the teaching profession. When you have a benefit that's so upside down and people's take-home pay is being dominated by health insurance, that's just not sustainable. We got to fix it.
But how to fix it, those specific details, no agreement there yet.
We're still working. Nothing is is definitive yet. Conceptually, I think people are kind of all going in the same direction. I think there's cooperation. People want to see something done.
Whenever you are involved in a political process, when the stakes are this high, it's going to take a little time. We don't have a lot of time, but I think that by next week you're going to see something really coming together.
And his advice to teachers and school employees facing massive increases in just 3 months?
Just hold on and stay with us. We're going to get something done.
And the goal is to get a draft of what he fixed would look like. Get that out in just over 1 week. And if the House and Senate agree this is the right fix, a special session with lawmakers coming back to the Capitol would likely follow. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. We'll stay on top of it. Saline County Sheriff's Office making an arrest in connection with a theft of copper worth $8,000. Deputies arrested Travis Crabb after thousands of dollars worth of copper was stolen from Dyer Plumbing. Detectives checked leads online and then found that Crabb took and sold the exact item stolen to a salvage yard. Crabb, a former employee of Dyer Plumbing, now faces theft of scrap metal charges.
Baxter County man in trouble because of his urine, or because it wasn't his urine. He was arrested because deputies say he tried to pass fraudulent urine in a drug test. Sean Austin of Midway facing obstructing governmental operations, charged after trying to swap out bottled urine for his own during a court-ordered drug test. That obviously is a no-no. Baxter County deputies say the bottled urine was discovered duct taped to his private area during difficulties obtaining a sample. Austin was taken to jail, bonded out. His next court appearance set for October.
A manhunt underway tonight in Hot Springs County after a home invasion earlier this week. It happened in Bismarck around 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning, just off of Highway 128 you see there. The suspect ran off before deputies arrived, but with the help of canines from the Arkansas Department of Corrections, they were able to track this suspect to a nearby wooded area, though authorities are still looking for the suspect tonight. If you have any information, contact the Hot Springs County Sheriff's Office. Health matters on the minds of many this weekend as it marks the 6th-month anniversary of the oil spill disaster in Mayflower. And today, Faulkner County residents are holding another meeting to learn more information about this Pegasus pipeline rupture. KARK4's Suzanne Bruner joins us now live in Conway with more on what they learned today. Suzanne.
Ashley, as you can imagine, a lot of concerned residents out here at Hendricks College. This is the 6th town hall meeting that Mayflower residents and the Faulkner County Citizens Advisory Group has put on. Since 1 this afternoon, many of them have come in and out of this hall right behind me to learn new information on the Mayflower oil spill. Now, the Arkansas Department of Health, they're on hand and they're talking about what they've done with people who are sick during the last 6 months. Also, one expert even providing solutions on how to properly rid of the toxic chemicals in Mayflower. Right now, a doctor is talking about his experience working with about 200 patients that he treated from the Gulf of Mexico oil spill and educating Mayflower residents the effects of chemical exposure and treatment options. This event is also providing just a big forum for residents to voice their concerns on health issues and other related items regarding this oil spill. Now, residents I spoke with here tonight say they're actually really excited, pleased to see new faces here, especially new leaders, community leaders that is, that are coming out to get involved in these discussions. Now, the meeting ends at 7 o'clock tonight, so we've got about an hour left. So I'm going to head back inside, get some more details for you, and I'll be sure to keep you updated on Twitter. But coming up later tonight in the broadcast, I'll talk to some more Mayflower residents, hear from them 6 months later on how life is in Mayflower. I'm Suzanne Bruner, live in Conway, KARK4 News.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Getting Arkansas wired up. The subject of today's internet conference at the Marriott Hotel in downtown Little Rock. It's part of Connect Arkansas. Raise awareness to see how important it is to have high-speed internet access and the impact it has on all communities. Governor Mike Beebe says it could be a while before we see some changes.
We've got a long way to go in terms of getting broadband and the kind of tomorrow's technology that we need to virtually everybody in the state.
A recent Connect Arkansas survey says the reason some Arkansans aren't getting wired up is because of the cost of getting a computer or service, or simply not believing the benefit of having internet access.
With the government showdown over a shutdown now less than a week away, a group of Little Rock protesters headed over to Congressman Tim Griffin's office today to deliver him an op-ed from his former boss, Karl Rove, denouncing the forced shutdown of the government. The protesters say Tim Griffin isn't doing anything to stop it.
The congressman voted to pass a resolution that will do nothing but defund Obamacare, hurt Arkansas families, slow down our recovery, and ultimately shut down the government. It's not what we need here in Arkansas. It's not what our families need. It's not the best thing for America.
And Griffin shot back with this response saying, quote, Nancy Pelosi's protesters apparently haven't been watching KARK4, and if they had, they would know I oppose a government shutdown and believe it would be bad for Arkansas and waste hard-earned taxpayer money, end quote. The response comes on the heels of a brand new attack ad the Griffin campaign just released against Pelosi. And if you want to check it out, just head to our website, arkansasmatters.com.
Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, great greens and timely tools. Just a bit of what you'll find in today's Only in Arkansas report. Keep it here for more coming up.
Abundant sunshine across Arkansas today, but it was a chilly start once again. 61 degrees was where we started our Thursday. This afternoon, 87 the high. Our normal high is 82. And believe it or not, in just 4 short weeks, our average high is going to be down to 72. We'll let you know if we have any of those 70s in the forecast in just a couple minutes.
From the station that brings you local news that matters, this is KARK 4 News at 6 in high definition. With Bob Clausen, Ashley Katz, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan, and Aaron Peters with your Razorback Nation report.